Check 1, 2.
Well, hello there, boyfriend. How are you this fine day?
I'm really good.
Is it working?
Yes.
Excellent. Let's not touch shit.
I'm afraid to ask, but I have a great question.
I don't even know what I was going to say. I'm so disturbed right now.
This is Afraid to Ask with Dr. Erika.
Wow.
Shit.
Don't even edit that out. He doesn't even know my name. Cool.
This is
Been over
Afraid
a
to
year.
Ask
No, let's keep just...
with Jamie and
Let
what's
it
her
go.
name?
I'm surprised you remembered your own name.
Hey, we have a lot of great questions. People have been hitting up the audio speak pipe link, leaving audio messages, which I enjoy. I also sometimes just pour through Twitter. And what I've done today is I've cultivated what I believe to be slightly related questions in a special. Are you doing poses?
Just keep going.
Last night, Erika made me do poses from when I used to be a bodybuilder. I'm
yes,
not proud
and
of
now
that.
I know how to puffer fish my lats out. Ooh, suck in the stomach. Grab the triceps. No, grab the wrist. Shake out the leg. Then strike a pose.
Do you know all bodybuilding does for you?
What's this? Oh, I'm surprised. Oh,
Surprise bicep. What's
yeah,
that?
I listened.
Where'd that come from? I still see that in the gym.
there.
I see guys in the gym that are like, oh, whoa, where'd that come from? I see that at the gym.
What's the pointy one though? What are you pointing at?
You're just like, oh, that's what
The life you used to have when you got to eat carbs.
Yes. That's what I could have been had I not focused all my attention on
Pop-Tarts.
on a job that pays nothing and eventually destroys your body with steroids. Bodybuilding, you know what it does for you? I did bodybuilding in won my college competition when I was a freshman. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of competition. And I did some teenage shows. You know what it does for you?
What?
It's just you never feel like you look good for the rest of your life because you know what you look like with super low body fat. So for the rest of your life, you feel like a piece of shit.
Do you feel like it was dangerous too to do it so young?
Probably. My first competition I did when I was 14.
Like a mental thing.
I was 14.
Yeah.
But I swear, I just said to you, I go, oh, you look beautiful. I look like shit on the camera, which, some truth to that. But I think it's really hard. I'm like t-shirt swimming pool guy.
Not anymore.
Big guys. Oh yeah, you make me wear, but I'll wear the t-shirt. I'll t-shirt in the pool.
Do you remember when we were in Vegas and you wouldn't wear just your bathing suit and then you took off your shirt and my sister was there and she was like, damn, you're ripped.
Oh, that was nice.
And you were like, oh, fuck yeah. Now you always don't wear a t-shirt.
People don't say stuff like that.
You just need to hear it more.
Yeah, but isn't it weird you're not allowed to say, it's double standard. It was nice when your sister said that, but it was very, very unusual. Not a lot of people.
Well, she didn't say, damn, you're hung. That would be very inappropriate.
I still think a lot of people wouldn't say, wow, you're ripped. I think you would sort of like look.
I think she meant it like you're physically fit though. Like
yes,
a compliment.
it was a very nice compliment. I'm just saying people don't say that a lot. And you would definitely not say it. I would never say it to a woman, especially if I was dating you and your sister showed up and I wouldn't go like, look at you. Look at that fit body. Never.
Yeah, it is a double standard. But
remember we were at the pool the other day? And
we were at the pool the other day.
Mm-hmm.
This is a great story. I'm not going to roll
the other day, and you go, do you have swim trunks? I go, yeah, I'm sure I do. And so I put on swim trunks, and then I get in the pool, and then I get out, and Erika's just staring at me, and she goes, those are not swim trunks. I go, sure they are. And she's like, everyone can see the exact size and shape of your penis.
The whole thing, not just the size and the shape. I could see the color, the veins.
Yeah. Well,
it was out there. It was like you just put a piece of like tissue paper on there and then got it wet. It was the whole kit and caboodle balls. All of it.
Thought they were swim trunks. That's my bad.
Nope.
These questions are all kind of related.
Oh.
So, and I like this because I've been dating Dr. Erika for, how long do you like to say?
A year?
Year.
A little over.
How's it going?
Debatable.
Okay. How long? Oh, we teased this in the last episode.
What?
Someone asked, I apologize, I got rid of the name. It was from Twitter. It said, how long does the honeymoon period
you call it Twitter?
last?
You call it X.
It's X. But
Don't
then how do you
Elon.
say, I read a tweet? What's the word for that? Isn't one.
An X. I read an X on X.
Oh. By the way, speaking of honeymoon period, my ex-wife got a honeymoon period and we couldn't even have sex the whole time. I go, could we put a towel down?
What?
She got a honeymoon period. It was just horrible timing. I go,
Oh my God.
Just get a towel. We'll just do it anyway. It's our
Gross.
Just got married. Oh, he means it differently. Because this honeymoon period lasted about 3 days.
Gross. Some of your jokes I have to think about for so long. Like, is that funny? Would a normal person find it funny, or just a really creepy person?
Well,
or just you? Like, it's like normal, creepy you. You're below creepy.
Sorry for #facts.
Sorry for hashtag way out of the honeymoon period now. Breakup zone.
How long
You can
does
have
the
sex
honeymoon...
on a period. You just want to have sex with me on my period. You're just going to have sex with a towel. I'll be long gone.
What are your thoughts on that? Is that
what?
appropriate? Period sex.
Period sex is
Should
fine.
people?
Actually, I recommend it to patients as long as you don't find it to be uncomfortable. Sex can relax the female anatomy. So you have a lot of cramping when you're on your period.
Yeah.
It actually can cause positive hormonal release, relaxation, decreased cramps, decreased pain.
Is that right?
So as long as, and it's just normal. It's blood, right? Everyone has blood. So I
Where
don't
was this
find it to be-
information when I was trying to talk girls into doing this?
Well, you also have to think that period cramps can be extremely painful. So sometimes women don't want anything to do with sex because they're in such discomfort.
Right.
But if it's moderate to minimal amount of pain, sex actually can be beneficial.
It's good to know.
And it relaxes you. It helps with release of oxytocin, that love bonding hormone.
Yeah.
It builds partners closer together, and it actually gives off good hormonal release where people don't feel cramps from pain.
That's
in full
amazing.
Periods. Anyway, go for it.
And you were
Period
telling me the
sex.
other day, semen takes years off your life, right? It's like a fountain of youth.
Gross.
That has not been verified. How long?
No, that's not medically substantiated. That's bullshit.
Guys are always trying stuff like that, though,
Ew.
right? They're trying to act like this is good for you. This guy is saying, and it was a guy, but I lost his name. It was on X. How long does the honeymoon period normally last? What's the purpose of it physiologically? I don't know what that means. Is it possible that two people, we teased this last time, their honeymoon period can end at different times?
All right, well, why don't you define the honeymoon period and then I'll chime in.
What do I think the honeymoon period is?
What do you think it is?
I think it is a time in a relationship when you do not, I'm out of my depth, where you don't notice your partner's faults. You possibly put them up on a pedestal. Maybe you even think they're more perfect than they are, where this person can do no wrong. And that in turn inspires feelings of love, sometimes commitment. Sometimes I think people get married while in the honeymoon period.
Okay.
And I think that's worrisome.
Well, that's where I would interject. I don't think love is the definition of the honeymoon period.
Okay. Keep in mind, I don't know the answer. You know what I mean? I don't know. You don't think love is the honeymoon period?
Well, the honeymoon period is a period of euphoria when you're
Mistaken love.
Yes.
God.
You
so
consider
angry.
these feelings to be what love should be, but really it's lust, it's attractiveness, it's laughter, engagement with the other person at its highest peak. You haven't gotten to your problems yet. So this honeymoon stage is like easy going, right? You don't have a lot of real life issues. So of course you feel better. You feel that instant connection, the attraction. Maybe you're finally becoming sexually active in the very beginning stages. So it's exciting. It's kind of daring because you haven't been with them before. You're sharing these intimate, meaningful moments, but you're not having like real life. So you're not love yet. You're not there. So the honeymoon phase is like, well, it's awesome because you don't have to deal with real life bullshit.
It's awesome.
Usually.
It's awesome to a point.
What do you mean?
I think that those feelings are... You ever have something feel too good or too... I think the feelings are inaccurate. And honestly...
A vibrator?
I believe I made a mistake.
What?
I think I may have gotten married during the honeymoon phase. I don't think anybody told me that what was happening. And I think I thought, wow, this is perfect. And
How
I
long
think...
did you date before you got married?
Less than a year.
From meeting each other to getting married? Was less than a
Married,
year?
from meeting to married, a year.
Jeez, holy fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's an underplayed reaction by me too.
I know.
You were totally in the honeymoon period.
This is hard to talk about.
When did it wear off?
I mean, like, I remember the honeymoon itself not being like the greatest.
So
shortly thereafter,
remember how I talked to
I
you?
told you this, but I went past. Oh, we were also drinking a lot, partying, not thinking about problems. Honeymoon. I was going past red flags, like I was a downhill skier. You know, they hit the flag on their way by.
So that's a really interesting thing to bring up. Is in the honeymoon phase, you see that stuff, and you subconsciously just dismiss it. Stuff that would like really piss you off or get under your skin. You're like,
you're like, they're too
so
loud.
Great. You don't
they're racist.
But you don't even.
No, I'm just kidding.
You don't even see it though.
Mm-hmm.
It's so strong, and this is where I think it's up for debate: is the honeymoon period a positive or a negative? Because it sucks you in, right? And you're like, oh, this person's amazing, and then boom, reality, and you're like, oh, what have I done? Like, what about the opposite? Like, I understand, and we talked about this a little bit. Is it evolutionarily like beneficial to have this honeymoon phase where you're like, oh, I love this person, so you get closer. You can learn to get along with one another, and then you stay together. Well, what about the opposite, though? Why aren't we, like, super full of discernment, judgmental, maybe extra critical in the beginning to find a mate and a partner who meets our needs exactly so that we can sustain the relationship long term and Benjamin Button it the backwards way and, like, age down, right? Get younger as we grow?
I wish. I have a question that I don't even know if there's an answer to.
What?
There's definitely a difference between I want to have sex with that person. I'm having these feelings. That the human race needs to go on, procreation. That's different than the honeymoon phase.
Yeah.
The honeymoon phase is about a relationship.
Yes.
It seems like
honeymoon phase is still that dopamine release, right? That happy, positive hormone of like, ooh, this person likes me. I feel worthy. I've done something to catch their attention. I'm excited. Now, sex can be completely unemotionally attached for usually men, sometimes women, especially in the early phases of a relationship. Honeymoon phase is really that relationship attachment.
Yeah.
So there is a difference between the two.
What do you think? Do they know how long it might last?
Yeah, NYU actually did a study and they said it could be anywhere between like 6 months and 2 years.
Wow, 2 years. So wait, for us.
Got married in the honeymoon phase. 2.5 years actually is what they said.
So and then us, we've been dating for like a year, and you've said
that's the average.
Right, but you says you're out of the honeymoon phase.
I am.
Okay, which I think is good.
But how do you get
together.
out of it, right? I think that's also interesting. Like, I can't think of like one event where I was like, bye. Mm-hmm. But when you talked about marriage, that's a life-altering event. So a lot of times if you get married early, people are then move in together, for example. They didn't live together. Now they suddenly live together. They see all these like things that they don't like, these habits that drive them nuts. And they're like, oh, I'm done. So maybe for you, marriage was like, whoa, this is real. And now I'm starting to see stuff.
Yeah. So you're saying the honeymoon. This is interesting because I didn't know that. The honeymoon phase, you're saying you can be brought out of it by external factors. That dude doesn't put his stuff away. He chews loud. He does whatever. But isn't there also a component of like we've been together for a certain amount of time and I don't have the dopamine. I don't have the serotonin.
Well, so yes, but there's what we've found are there's 3 stages of love in a relationship.
Shit.
I don't even know, but it goes from like the lust part to more of like a commitment to an intimacy, a passion, right? And more of that commitment phase. And that's when you go through like trials and tribulations and like, oh no, like I like this person, but can I stay with this person? Right. And then the third, and that's when you have like a decrease in your dopamine because you're not getting that high of like, I haven't seen them naked. Oh my God. Like,
are we in that?
Kind of used
Are we in stage 2? We're stage 2.
I feel like I am. You're still in stage 1. That's okay. Couples don't have to be in the same stage.
I'm stage 1 shifting into 2.
Though. Well, I feel like this is your
based on
nidus
what's being
to
said.
push you into stage 2.
But
stage 3 is interesting.
What's that?
That's when you decide to stay with a person or not.
Oh, fuck. So
most
that's coming up?
relationships end in the second stage, in the second phase, where like that.
Of course.
Can't see anything bad. It's amazing. Transitions into, I don't like the way they smell. I don't like how they do their laundry. I don't like how they talk to their mom or dad. I hate their dog. They actually, and I thought that was an endearing quality. Now I find it to be dismissive or mean.
Yeah.
Most people break up. If you push through the third phase, that's that true, like, okay, I'm dedicated to this person indefinitely. This is my soulmate. This is my person. That is an incredible phase. You still see the flaws. You don't get that dopamine. You get more of the oxytocin again, that bonding love hormone of just being together, the relationship hormone.
Yeah, I know nothing, keep in mind, but I feel like I would have guessed there were two stages. I would have said there's like that honeymoon stage where you don't see the faults, and I would have said the post-honeymoon stage would be, I see the faults. I not only accept your faults, I might even love you more because of your faults. I think there's a world where you can love someone more because of their faults, because the acceptance of them.
Well, I think you fast-tracked from 1 to 3 then.
I did?
Yeah, because honestly, most people can't handle negative qualities in a partner, and that's why their relationships terminate.
Yeah, and aren't some of these people like me 20 years ago who didn't understand the chemical aspect of this?
Yeah.
We're searching around for different honeymoons. And then when the honeymoon period falls off, you go, relationships suck. Everyone sucks. But you have to push through at some point. You have to see if you can get to that third stage. You can't just, when the chemicals wore off, give up every time.
Yeah, but I think there's also a lot telling in the second stage, because that's when the blinders come off and you actually do see these characteristics that you might not like. They might be superfluous. You might find them superficial, right? I don't like the way he brushes his teeth. Okay. That you can get over and then have an amazing spouse long term.
Yeah.
But what if the way that your partner talks to you is very demeaning and you didn't see it in the beginning, and the honeymoon kind of passes and now you're like, whoa, they're really belittling me. So it is catastrophically vital that in the second phase, you recognize if these patterns are beneficial or a night is for breaking up.
Yeah, and there's a difference between a pet peeve, something that annoys you, and something that is
deal breaker.
Principally wrong. Yeah, like a deal breaker. Because we both have the chewing thing where we don't like people chewing. And I remember early on, you're just like, it's so weird, like that our chewing does not bother each other. And we had talked so many times about how it bothers. And that's when we were like, honeymoon phase, holy shit. And then
we recognize it, though. A lot of people don't even recognize
it. Then
they just think this person's like godlike qualities. Like, wow, they don't do anything wrong.
Right.
That's also a recipe for disaster, because you're setting up this relationship for impossible expectations.
Yeah.
So it's good to recognize that you know that stage won't last, but you're enjoying it in the moment. If you have that insight, harness it and enjoy it, because then you have capitalized on the honeymoon phase the best possible, right? You can enjoy it and know that it's not going to last, so it's even sweeter.
That makes a lot of sense. It's very smart.
I'm talking.
Makes sense. All right, so how long does the honeymoon last? We said 6 months to 2.5 years, and we don't know if we know the purpose of it.
Well, I think a lot of it still is evolutionary. You have to be attracted to someone, right? Physically, you have to be drawn to someone. We know that certain physical attributes cause people to want to be together with someone else. Strong bone structure in a man.
Yeah.
Wider hips for a woman, for like childbirthing. Like, so in the primitive state, we're attracted to the physical.
Right.
But it's the emotional that you have to push past. So, okay, how attractive can someone be, or how unattractive can someone be, where their other attributes actually surpass what they look like? And that's where the honeymoon phase can kind of distort that, because everything's great. You see someone, you're like, yeah, I'm attracted to them, right? They're not off-putting, so I'll call them back. For whatever reason, I like this person. But then you see all of the flaws that they've learned over time to hide.
Right. Damn
So
it.
you have to be careful.
You do. I cannot believe. I mean, I read so much now, and I listen to so many podcasts, and we talk about stuff a lot, like relationship stuff. I just can't believe that I guess we have to forgive our younger selves at some point and go, I was operating with the knowledge I had at the time. I just can't. I think back and I go,
Do you have that TikTok I sent you about the three loves? Do you remember that I sent you?
I don't know.
Or maybe it was on Instagram.
3 loves.
The 3 loves in your life.
Yeah. I don't know where it is.
Can you read that? Or I'll look for it.
I loved it.
But now this isn't honeymoon phase, but it is also kind of an explanation of how when you're naive and you haven't experienced love before.
That freaked me out.
Why it feels so good in the beginning and why we can get duped, right?
You sent me a TikTok thing. I don't like TikTok.
Here we go.
I don't even like TikTok videos. And you sent this to me.
I got
and it freaked me out.
All right.
Played into your
Did
mic.
you know that we fall in love with 3 people in life, each one for a specific reason? The first love, this is love that happens at an early age. You eventually grow apart or call it quits over silly things when you get older. You may lack and even think that it wasn't love, but it was.
Right.
It was love for what you knew it to be.
He pretended to wear he pretended
The
the kind of broke, but he
second love,
really, he
the
actually
hard
ripped
one.
it.
You get hurt in this one. This love teaches us lessons and makes us stronger. It's love that includes great pain and lies, betrayal, abuse, drama, damage. But this is the one where we realize what we love about love and what we don't love about love. And now we know the difference between good and bad people and good and bad relationships. And this is where we become closed, careful, cautious, considerate. And now we know exactly what we don't want, which is completely different and offset from the first love, right? The third love, this one comes blindly, no warning. It creeps up on you silently. You don't go looking for this love, it comes to you. You can put up any wall you want and it will be broken down. You can find yourself caring that person can do whatever, and without even trying, they can get you at your weakest point and build you up. They look nothing like your usual crush types, but you get lost in their eyes daily, in their conversation, because you see the beauty in them and you hide nothing from them. You want marriage and a family and commitment, and you thank the universe for them. You truly love them and you appreciate them, and you always remember that they were the one that actually made it because you had that reference point from the first and second.
That's powerful. And I remember creeping up on you slowly.
TikTok for the win!
Yeah.
Sometimes that just fucking
3 really, I
throws
do
me
feel like
off.
3 really is us though. Because I was like, I remember creeping up on you slowly. And I remember your door was locked and I did climb over your walls and into your window. No, I think that's beautiful. Can I hit you with another question?
Yeah,
I think that was a good answer. If you think the person is worthy, try to see what that second stage is like. Don't just give up because the chemicals are gone. You know?
Yes and no. Again, I think that there's deal breakers and there's also stuff where you can learn to live with. So you have to.
Yeah, but don't you got to get in that second phase to even gather that intel? If you just give up when it gets tough immediately, you don't even get to see if you can.
Yes, but keep your eyes open for those red flags and don't dismiss them just because the honeymoon phase was so good. Because that's when people can get really hurt.
So this is a good one. This is from Twitter, Jill46,
Twitter.
X, whatever it's called.
Twitter.
I don't even know if we have time to answer this one.
Let's
Erika,
do it.
You tell me what you think. My boyfriend wants me to get a boob job. I'm getting it primarily for him. I don't really care that much. Is this a good idea? Is it safe? So, I wish I could get this person on the phone. Only because how was it approached? I feel like boob job. I'll just say it. I have a little hair situation that I'm going to get taken care of. Like I have like some thinning hair and I'm going to get it like a transplant thing or something. But if you had said to me, please fix your hair, I don't think I would have been like, I don't care about this. But I feel like the person who comes up with it.
I think you would have done it, but you would have resented it.
Yeah, I would have felt like I didn't. And also, it's a weird thing. Like, that's why I always say I wish I knew more about the question. But I feel like a boyfriend going, you need to get a boob job. Or is it like is it ever appropriate to bring that up to a woman?
Well, I think the easiest response would be, well, you need a penis enlargement.
Yeah.
And see what they say. And if they are like, whoa, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Versus F you, then you see if it's a narcissistic trait or somebody who's willing to work on themselves too. I think it's dangerous.
What about, say it's Valentine's Day, gift card for a boob replacement place. So like a subtle, I didn't like come right out and ask it. I go, we got to use that somewhere. Okay.
Wow.
Just trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. So you're saying,
wow,
if she wanted to, well, why do people, like, what is the boob? If I'm getting my hair done, who am I getting it done for? I think I'm going to get it done for you. I've never even seen back there.
But I've never once commented on your hair.
No. And I don't know how you feel about it. We've kind of, I don't know. I think
I told you before, if it's I'm all about self-improvement and enhancement. If you're doing something to help your self-esteem and be your best self, do it. Absolutely. I'm very open about the things that I have done, and I tell people about it. I think the candor of it is something that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people try to hide, oh, I'm just naturally beautiful. And then you get into the pitfalls of, well, everyone's enhanced and social media filters, and you have these unrealistic expectations. And then people have horrible self-confidence, and it's just this downward spiral. So if this person is doing it simply because her partner does not find her attractive, unless she has larger breasts, she should run.
Right. Sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
If she's doing it for her, and it says here he wants.
It says my boyfriend wants me to get a boob job. I mean, all boyfriends probably want their women to. I'm not a big boob guy. I've never had that.
I've noticed that about you.
Yeah.
It's like a wasted 15 grand right here.
Yeah. No, not wasted.
Hold on here.
They're beautiful.
Okay, I'm getting something out of them.
Yeah, they're beautiful. I just have never. That's never been my.
What's your thing?
I don't have a thing. I just have an overall. I don't know. I don't know what my thing is. I never had a thing. I don't get people with things like, oh, I need to see this person's foot, or like I've never understood. I'm a butt guy. A huge.
I've never understood that one either. But you know what? Yeah. Everybody has their preferences. And again, I think the important thing is having an open conversation with your partner. If both of you agree that you want to do it, that's wonderful. If you feel pressure to alter your body because of the person that you're with, that's detrimental. In fact, I also have a big problem with, are they going to stay together? What if she pays?
I see what you're saying.
What if she pays for this surgery?
Right.
There are risks to any surgery.
Right.
Pain, bleeding, infection, scarring. If you reject the implants, you can have multiple surgeries for follow-up.
Right.
There's a lot, right? Recovery time, missed work, missed income.
People staring at you, people drilling, right? New wardrobe.
New wardrobe is actually substantially impactful with anyone who has a breast enhancement or a breast reduction. It's a very expensive thing to do. And a lot of people think, oh, I'll be more attractive in society, I'm going to do it. And they don't think about all the other things. So there's a risk to it. What if she is content with her breast size, her partner isn't, she does this for them, and then they end up not staying together?
Yeah, she should not. That should be a you should not do. Do they, when you go in for the breast augmentation, I'll bet this varies across the board, but I would think a really good breast doctor would be like, why are you getting this? And if someone's telling you to get it, I feel like they should go, don't do that. But they probably wouldn't, right?
I worked at a lot of plastic surgery centers. If they want it, you give it to them. You don't really ask why. I will say the biggest thing is depending on how they do the breast implants.
Yeah.
We do ask women if they get a lot of sexual arousal from nipple stimulation. If they say yes, then we can't do subareolar or infraareolar, I should say, implants.
So like them if getting touched on the nipple,
put the implant in.
So if the nipple touch helps them achieve orgasm or something, you're saying we don't want to mess that up.
You don't want to touch that area at all.
We might desensitize
But like
that. Even
inframammary ones where you like make an incision underneath the breast and put the implant in, there's so many nerves there, you can cause the nipple to go numb. It's a big risk. And if a woman can only climax from nipple stimulation, she needs to be aware of that.
Yeah.
So
good tip.
So are breast implants safe? Yeah. Did you know in, I don't know, 15 years ago, silicone was thought to cause cancer. So if you got silicone breast implants, you had to enroll in trials where you agreed to come back and be tested to make sure that you are all right.
I did not know that.
Now we don't do that anymore. But
what are they still using silicone, or they just did the research and it's okay? Are there other
saline? So salt water is another one. Silicone feels more natural, and then you can go above the pec muscle or under the pec muscle. You can go through the armpit, around the nipple, or under the breast. Usually are the three most common sites for putting the implant in.
Yeah, you know what I would like to know about this couple?
What?
Her occupation. Right?
That actually does impact a lot, doesn't it?
Like, say you're a corporate America or something, and maybe that might help or hinder. And then there's other jobs where I don't think you should do it, like elementary school bus driver. You want to have like huge, beautiful $20,000 boobs.
But if she was a stripper.
If she was a stripper, even more argument for like you're probably going to make more money. These things are going to pay for themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I absolutely think that you shouldn't get something for somebody else. It's surgery, damn it. At the end of the day, it's a surgical procedure.
It's a big deal, and it's painful. The recovery is lengthy. It's not something that you go home with and the next day you go back to work. I mean, it's a lot to think about.
What is it like? It's can't move for a week?
6 weeks of recovery, of discomfort. Every day gets better gradually, but you have a healing process. If you go under the muscle, it takes longer to heal, and it's very, very painful either way.
Do you think there's ever been a case, because America's insane, do you think there's ever been a case where a man paid for breast implants for a woman, she cheated on him, and he tried to get him back?
Yeah, but it would be deemed a gift.
Oh, that would be...
So I don't think legally you could request that.
Maybe not. I know somebody... This is a true story. I know somebody who was with somebody, and he needed a kidney. And this person he was with was like, I'll give you a kidney. And she gave him a kidney, and then he broke over there.
Oh.
Right? Wouldn't you feel like if I give you a kidney, that would be my trump card every time we were arguing? You're like, hey, Jamie, could you, I told you I needed, I wanted...
That's a true story?
You'd be like, I told you to empty the dishwasher. It's true, and I'll tell you who it is when we stop recording, and you'll know who this person is.
Do they feel guilty?
You can Google it. It'll come up.
Do they feel guilty?
I don't know the specifics.
How quickly
but
after the transplant was the breakup?
Last thread. Boop. No, I don't know. Pretty soon after. But can you imagine?
This was your friend who got the kidney?
Not like friend. I know this person.
Did they say that they wanted to break up for a while and they used the person for the kidney? Or
I did not.
Happened afterwards?
I did not ask any follow-ups, to be honest. Not a friend.
I have so many questions.
I have met this person.
I have so many questions.
I have spoken to this person, and I've just never asked about this particular scenario because it is so sensitive. But can you imagine if I give you a kidney and you were like, could you empty the dishwasher? And I'd be like, oh, sure. How's the kidney I gave you? Okay. I feel like that would be the ultimate...
Yeah, I don't think I could actually be with somebody who gave me their kidney because then they would always leave it over my head.
Hold it over your head, yeah.
Like...
I'd give you my kidney. Honestly, even if you didn't need it. Put it on ice. I love you. I'm in the honeymoon phase.
You're tired? Where's my blowjob?
Yeah.
I gave you my kidney. Tell me you wouldn't do that.
It would be the ultimate...
Would you do it?
Hanging over your head.
Would you say it?
No, but you know what? There'd be resentment.
I said leave it over my head. Why is that bad? You corrected me.
Sorry. I would not do that to you.
Catch that.
You know that I would not do that to you. Hold it over your head. You know I wouldn't.
Stop it. You can't. There's nothing wrong with saying you would leave it over my head.
No, not at all. I don't think I would hover over your head because...
Stop.
You know me and I'm a nice guy.
Jamie, you're not being nice right now.
I think I would secretly think about it sometimes, though. Not as far as sex. If you don't have sex, I'm not interested. Unless you're sound asleep. Here's the thing. If I did that for you, I think there would be a secret thing where I'd go like, wow, I can't believe she wouldn't... Not sex, but I can't believe she wouldn't do that for me. Remember that kidney? I'd feel the scar. I would do it subtle, like, that scar feels weird. You sure you don't want to give me a ride to the airport?
First of all, that's not what the scar would be.
Oh, this isn't where your kidney is?
Not even close.
This is where I would go. I'd go just below the nipple. That's right. Just because I can only orgasm.
Perfect. Then I wouldn't feel guilty. I'd be like, you don't even know shit. I'm fine.
Where is it? Down here?
No.
Left side?
No.
Right side?
You have 2 kidneys.
I was thinking of the liver. I was thinking of like in UFC, you can get a liver punch.
You can't liver punch. Why are we talking about a liver punch?
Of course, there's 2 kidneys because you couldn't give one away.
You have to give one away and retain one. You can't just give away a liver.
True love, giving away an organ you only have one of.
Oh my God.
Like I'm like, you can have my heart. That's true love. Giving away something you have duplicates of? Anybody can do that. Right?
I don't even know where to go with you on this one.
We have
Leave
to go.
it over my head.
I got a call coming in. So I would never put it on your head though. If I give you a kidney, I love you. Seriously.
I would never give you a kidney.
I wouldn't throw it over your head. You wouldn't?
I would.
Wow. I
would, just so I could be like, time for you to get busy and give you a kidney.
Wow.
Boom.
I got this call coming in. I have to take. Next up, we got some good stuff on Afraid to Ask. Coming up on the next episode of Afraid to Ask.
Of course I wear gloves.
I don't know.
Why would I not wear gloves?
I have no idea.
Ew.
Why do surgeons go like this? Why do they have their hands up in the air like this?
Because you break the sterile field if you go below your waist, because technically you could bump into something and not see. So you have to keep your hands waistline and above.
Really?
If you get tired...
Those are the rules you gave me when we first met.
No. Not even waistline and above. Just no touching. So if you get tired, you have to... You have to put your hands on the patient, on the table.
Really?
Yeah, because the rest of their body, wherever you're not operating on, is covered.
Is this related to why masseuses don't always touch the person? Or is that
No.